Alrighty, what is going on, my fellow champions of the realms? Today we're going to be reviewing a Ruckus gameplay on Serpent Beach. Your role for this game is going to be dive slash disruptor. If you see anybody out of position or very isolated, right, dives are going to be very effective. But if you can't get a clean dive off because their comp is very deathbally, right, they want to stay together, they want to just play off each other, hyper peel, I guess you could say. You want to play off basically off angles and in a way that you force them to either look at you or put resources into you to give you value in that regard, right? So buys for this game caught Brazil Haven, caught for anti-heal, Brazil to stop the supports from spamming you to death, as well as the Atlas, and then Haven just to make you a little more tanky filler. It's probably gonna end up being more Master Riding or something like that because you're probably gonna die a lot into what they have because of the fact that it's just so much CC and Ruckus into CC is rough, right? So your ults, frags. You want to look for a lot for picks and to either force out resources like nano shield, ults, things like that, right? So that your team can take advantage of that, right? If you use your ult, if Nano has to counter your ult, you can't counter Andrew ult and you can't counter an R ult, right? Those are two ults that are probably a lot easier to get value out of because they're easy to follow up on, as well as Andrew ult is pretty nuts, right? So your ult's probably the hardest to get value out of because there's a wind up and you're very vulnerable in that state, right? So yeah. With that being said, we're going to take a quick look at the map. The reasoning for this is because I want to kind of give you an idea of where they're going to play. Nando will either roll out mid or roll out with his team up here, but for the most part, I suspect them to all play up here as a unit to try to control the high ground. If Nando does roll out mid, it should at that point your team will have the advantage here, right? So pushing into them will be an option. But let's say Nando doesn't roll that way and he goes this way, then I would probably look for a play either into this little cubby here or a wrap, whether it's through there or through there, things like this, right? So basically, if I'm you, I'm probably rolling out here and I'm rolling out this way. If I see Nando mid, I'm coming up here. If I don't, I'm looking for something like this, right? Or even walking up and getting onto this thing here, right? So basically, I want you to base off your rollout on the Nando, because if they hard aggress here and you're able to just get this position, you're basically in their backline for free. If they don't, and they try to put Nando on point to start capping, you're able to overwhelm them with your Nara on the high ground. Look at your build real quick. Advance 5. That's perfectly fine. I'm not a big fan of dash DR. I'd probably prefer health. You probably could put a little bit more points into CD for this. And I don't really know how important Crystal Capacitor is. Having rockets is not nice and all, but I don't think you need that much of extra CD. And then the mag, it's filler. Warden's pretty good. Opulence is pretty good. Those are probably two that I would prefer over Extended Magazine. Caught Brazil is your start, which I like. So now let's get into the game. Alrighty, so you are going to roll out top right, which I think is okay. But you don't have your Nara with you, right? So you don't have, I guess I would say, the overwhelming presence that you would normally have, right? And you're gonna be forced to use a lot of your cooldowns early. So at this point here, you've already went through 3 dashes, which is really rough. But Atlas kind of ignores you, allowing you to get into the backline with your Androxus. So you do lose your main tank, but you can turn on this Atlas here. You don't have to chase him down here, I don't think. You probably could have just sat on the high ground the whole time. If he's playing in your backline, I don't really think he's going to be, he has no way of really getting out, so he's kind of trapped back there. You dive down mid. Don't really know why you're diving down mid like that. You probably could have just looked towards your right and seen the Leon. But you're ending up on Grover here, which ends up being okay. Enemy team's Atlas dies. Leon's peeling back for you, which means he's not looking at Andro. Andro will probably peel for you in a bit. Not sure. I would have probably waited a little bit because your emitter was almost off of CD. I feel like you go in a little too early and you get punished for it, right? Just wait a couple seconds, make him peek you, make him peek this, because like from here, can't see you, now I can see you, right? But then he's ignoring this and he's ignoring this, and even if he does trade you, if he gets one shot on you, you can probably dash for the DR, but if not, right, he doesn't kill you, your teammates are there to peel for you, right? So Alright, we're coming back now. Lose your main thing again, so now it's going to be super hard. You got to get first touch here. You are going to get first touch. You get on and off, which is good. To the Nando in the back here. Nice, good pick. The Leon. Focus the Leon here. I would just probably hard end on the Leon. Don't worry about getting a touch right away. Because if you get this pick here, somebody else could get a touch, as well as you could get it a little bit later. Right? But if you kill this Leon here, that's going to improve your chances dramatically. So you get touched and you dive this Leon here, but you're not going to have any follow-up. Miss a lot of your rockets. Boom, you're dead. Alrighty. And Nara does get retouch here, but you guys are down 2, so winning this fight is going to be extremely hard. So at this point here, I'd probably just set up for defense. I wouldn't worry too much about going in here. I wouldn't even drop. I'd just put some damage into that Fern. Your Sarah should get out. You probably shouldn't need you to peel for her, but... Do get the trade. Taking high ground. I could have just walked across this, but you dashed. It's fine. So, quick little talk, right? Your defense is going to heavily rely on you and Endroxus getting dives. Since Leon is Eminence and not Alacrity, he's going to be a good dive target. Same with the Furia. The Leon will be your #1 priority because she's the damage dealer, along with she doesn't have the best mobility. Second will probably be the Furia. Third will probably be the Grover or the Atlas, right? Atlas is probably a lot easier to dive because he doesn't have movement ability. He has a lot of like self-preservation, but Grover can go from here to the other side of the map in a second. So diving Grover is really risky, especially if he has Vine up. Honestly, I just peeked down here. You know Furia is there, so you could have honestly just hard dropped on Furia. Like, you could have quite literally just dropped here and started fighting her, and now Grover can't shoot you unless he wide peeks. And then you could have killed the Furia. Grover drops down. You could have maybe used a dash on the Grover. He'll Vine out that way. You can dash up and then dash and keep following him, right? And then now you kill one support, and then you can basically, let's say you do kill the Grover, you can spawn trap their supports now. You get him low and look for a dive. Use all your dashes. He's gonna get away here. A-pop nano ult. So now you know that your ult's free. You just saw Grover waste his Vine. That's a free kill in theory, but you decide to go get healing. Just back off. Nice. You guys know that you're up 1. Killing this Furia here is nice. You can probably drop on the Leon if you know where she's at. If not, you can just peel for the Nando. Nara wasn't able to get touched, so you got touch first. This is actually value. And Nara's back. I'd probably look to get an off angle now. What you do, using the wall as cover. This is nice. Gonna have dash up in a second. Take high ground. Good. And now you have a position of power. You do dive here, you're gonna get a pick, but you're gonna be traded out, right? So you guys are up 1 currently, but I'd be careful with that. I probably wouldn't push that there. I probably just, because at the end of the day, I know I can kind of just chill, right? So like you can just chill on high ground and wait for them to push in, and then shoot them in the back as they're coming in.
30 seconds remaining.
You already used 2 dashes when you didn't have to use it. You can drop on this Furia here. You know she doesn't have beam.
15 seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
So instead of directly chasing him, I want you to think about his routes, right? If you're Grover and your team's here and you Vine up this way, where is he gonna go? He's not gonna go this way, right? He's not gonna hide in here because he needs to heal his team. He needs to get within range. So instead of committing here to have to chase him, cut him off. Go this way, and you can meet him there, or the window, right? And you can force him into your spawn, in a sense. Let's dive to Leon, no heals. Yep. Atlas, boom. Nando. Excellent, Difuria. Alrighty, cool. So, you got half your ult back, right? Nando will probably charge his ult a lot faster to use, especially since that recent buff. To his ult charge.
Astronaut get to gaze up at the stars and dream during her launch break.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
Alrighty. So I would like to see a little pathing mix up. Honestly, if Inara kind of plays with you top right, you would have been fine, but I like that you're mixing it up here. So, enemy tanks play super aggressive, right? Leon's on her own here, uses her dash. Just hardened on Leon, hardened. There you go. Nice, good pick. You hear Furia, right? So you know her biggest way of surviving with her immunity is gone. You should dive it. You don't even need to dive it. You just need to finish the kill, right? That is a free kill. She's by herself. It's being given to you on a silver platter. Take it.
Enemy killing spree.
You're gonna have cooldown, so you can go back and finish this fight.
Enemy killing spree. Attack. Defend the payload.
Man, sat in the corner for 3 hours. I don't know if you went to use the bathroom or if you were on your phone, man, but Jesus, look how long you were in the corner. Pretty cool. Keep in mind you are pushing, right? So doing all this is kind of like, I want to say a waste of time, but nice. You can ult here, yeah. Oh, but if your team's not pushing, don't switch targets. Just burn one. Stop switching. You probably could have killed one of them if you would have just felt hard focused. Also, instead of ulting from up here, so basically by doing that, you remove angles, right? From here, you can be seen from here, 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 here. But you put yourself here, you can be seen from basically only one angle, right? And even if they're there, it's the same angle. Barely here, as well as they have to like swing you here, right? So. And even if you don't kill them, you're gonna force them all into main, right? Which will kind of funnel them into like into a weird spot as well.
Enemy double. Enemy killing spree.
Well, your team did win the fight, so good on you guys. Got high ground here. You don't need to hard engage here. Just you being up there is enough because of your presence. Yeah. You're getting yourself killed because you're kind of just like diving into them when you can't dive into double support Leon, right? Just chill. The fact that you're up there is going to make them play so scared that you're going to get so much cart push, and then the second they look to burn cart, you dive them, and now your mid's winning because their main source of damage can't shoot at cart. You probably finish Leon, yep. Miss his root. You can dive right underneath him. And look at the Nando. Yep. Headshots, headshots, headshots. He's not moving. Instead of dashing up again, just dash out. Whoever's feeding, nice. You don't get a retouch though, which is unfortunate.
Time to go shopping, I think.
You got caught, you got Brazil too. Your next buy should probably be probably Haven or Master Riding.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
When the stars hit her eye, like a big red
5, 4, 3,
They give you a free.
1.
Oh. Nice. You should be able to win this with just damage, I think. Oh, no, she's dead. Nice. You now know that they don't have Nando ult anymore. Dead. Gonna peel back, but you didn't have to. So right here, you know Nando doesn't have ult, so I would just chill like top right here, and then look, or right here, right? That works too, I guess. But you can look for an ult. There it is. But you lost high ground though. I'd just say just don't lose high ground. You're fine.
Enemy killing spree.
Nice.
Enemy killing spree. Overtime. Push the payload. Defend.
Oh. Gotta work on them dashes, man. Oh my. Nara. What a wall. What a wall. Why? Why put that wall up there? I guess she tried to wall them off, but it didn't work out the way she planned. Gotta work on the dashes, man. Can't be dashing into the enemy team like that. Big no-no. Coming back now. You got MR. I wouldn't have got MR too. I would have bought Haven for sure. At least Haven won. Good pick. Good wall by Nara. That should be another pick. There you go. Lose Andrew, but it doesn't matter. You should get the third pick here. It looks like you use like F for dashes. You might want to change it to shift because your dashes look really stiff. Watch out for beam. Also, you're seeing a lot of damage here. Yeah, Zinting. Oh, that's really weird. But if you see them all stacking there, remember you can't always just dive, right? So you can look for just alternate angles. Whew. You gotta hit your shots there. In all reality, I wouldn't have even used my dashes. I would have just mounted all the way around so I could have had all three of my dashes at once. And if I wanted to harden, I could. But you gotta hit your shots there. That's purely just, you're just missing too much.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Haven? Oh no. Audible Haven. I don't think you need result rate.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
They have Nando, they got Fury ult, right? So they got two ways of just kind of living through your ult in the sense of Fury can dodge it. So yeah.
2, 1.
See what goes on here. Fury, I met you solo. Use the HUD as cover. Bam. You dashed once, you dashed twice. You're here. You're afraid of Leon peeking you. Dash right here. Oop, get here. Make him wide swing you, and you can punish this Furia. If you hard engage on Furia right there, Leon has to deal with you. And if she does, Andro kills her. And if she doesn't, Andro still might die, but you kill the Furia. Cyber's dead.
Enemy killing spree.
I take the high ground here. Oh. Go up, go up, go up. There you go. Nice ult. Good pick. I don't know if Honora got touched here. It did. Big rocket. Yep. Nice.
Enemy double kill.
Look for dismounts. A lot of damage there. Still kill Furia though. How to finish this kill. Nice. Now you're on the Leon. Nice. Nara's dead. You're gonna have to get the next touch. Andro has ult. Oh, just dash right up in the air there.
Enemy double kill.
Alright, so a big thing that I noticed in the game is your pathing kind of struggles. Right? A lot of the times you're going to weird places, as well as there's times where you're staring at a wall, you're literally doing nothing, right? So that definitely impacts the game as well, because that's also affecting how much credits you're earning and things like that, right? But you got to make sure that you understand that sometimes you got to just harden to make people look at you. For example, that Leon to enable your team to get picks, as well as I think Haven. You probably buy Haven there, so you probably buy Haven a little bit earlier. Over the master riding, or buy them together, and then make sure because you don't really need enough too much master riding, because as long as you're faster than them, that's all that matters, right? On top of that, a lot of the times I felt like you were just head on, like you were kind of just like playing like Smash Mouth Paladins, where you just kind of run at them all game, and you don't like you weren't flanking enough. Like if you notice that 4 of them are stacking in one lane, go somewhere else. You know, if it's only you, go somewhere else. You know, like you're not gonna win that fight. You know, it's just really rough. They just they're just equipped for that fight better than you are. Um, when it comes to zones, if you kill them all, you can hard zone. Going top left is always like nice and all, but like playing that little mid hut or playing the top right high ground is just as good. You know, because no matter what, you have the resources to dive into their back line, so you're okay. You don't need to be super deep, because you can get as deep as you want whenever you want. A lot of people got through when they shouldn't have, and they rolled out really split. So if you were right side, you probably would have got a pick instantly. So yeah, try not to. Like, there's times where you're playing way too like out there, and then there's times where you're just way too back, and you're playing like if you're a normal off tank and just running at them, right? So, or facing off with them. So, make sure that you are looking for different angles to play off of. Make sure that you're buying the right items, and make sure that you understand not only like what what your champion does, right, but what's your job for that game. Like I said early on, you're probably gonna die a lot, and that's okay, right? But you need to be looking to create opportunities to trade, and creating opportunities where the enemy's forced to dump resources into you, right? So. I feel like a lot of the times people were forcing out the Nanda ults, but you could have probably been forcing out the Nanda ults and then just going on with your day. So yeah, if you like my content, make sure to like this video. If you want to keep up with me and my videos, make sure to subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.